Erik Vance, Suggestible, Placebos. False memories, hypnosis, and the power of your astonishing brain. Embark on a captivating exploration into the power of the human brain with a Suggestible, Placebos, False Memories, Hypnosis, and the Power of Your Astonishing Brain by Erik Vance. This summary will delve into the extraordinary impact of placebos and the significance of storytelling in our lives. Discover the role of brain chemistry in chronic pain and uncover the enigma of false memories. Learn about everyday suggestibility that influences our choices and how to harness the power of expectation in everyday life. Throughout this summary, you will grasp the fascinating world of human suggestibility and unravel the incredible potential of our astonishing brains.
The power of suggestion. Have you ever experienced immediate relief after taking a painkiller? If so, you have experienced the placebo effect, which works by tapping into the power of suggestion. Placebos are usually inert substances, but they still have a positive effect on patients. Take, for instance, homeopathic remedies, which are believed to cure patients even though they have no active ingredients. The key message here is that stories create our vision of the world and ourselves, and they shape how we see things. By helping us make sense of our feelings through stories that resonate with us, we can let go of fears that trap us indoors. The snow in the vial that a homeopath gave to a depressed woman was just a prop, but it revealed the power of suggestion. The power of placebos. Pain is our body's way of telling us when something is wrong. But sometimes, it lingers long after its cause is gone, and it afflicts millions of people in the form of chronic pain. While placebos are known to work well for this, it can be challenging to prove whether a treatment is more than just a placebo. Interestingly, the body has its own chemical arsenal that could enhance the placebo effect. Opioids are the drugs responsible for stopping pain, and the brain already produces them naturally. Placebos help activate the brain's opioid-producing section, which releases endorphins that alleviate pain. The body also has other chemicals like endocannabinoids, serotonin, and dopamine that are particularly receptive to placebos and can overcome conditions like pain, depression, anxiety, nausea, and addiction. The mysteries of placebo effects. Researchers have discovered that certain individuals are more likely to respond to a placebo than others due to genetic factors that regulate hormone production. By excluding those who are more responsive to placebos from drug trials, personalized therapies tailored to a person's genetic makeup can be developed. This ultimately benefits both placebo responders and those whom the drug works. However, the question of what makes placebos work for some still remains, as findings are not easily replicable. Nonetheless, this ongoing research provides exciting opportunities for alternative therapies. The dark side of suggestibility. The power of suggestibility that allows placebos to heal also has a harmful twin called nocebo. Nocebo causes pain and illness in humans and is easier to induce as our fears are more powerful than our hopes. Nocebo effects can be induced through bad news, panic-inducing headlines, and superstitions. The wind turbine syndrome is the result of nocebo effects. Understanding the power of hypnosis. Hypnosis is an exceptional example of human suggestibility, but its effects are often misunderstood. Hypnotists don't hold endless power or the ability to hypnotize individuals against their will. Only about 10% of the population can enter into a trance-like state, with another 10% not susceptible at all. Despite its difficulties in studying, hypnosis can have dramatic effects, particularly in managing pain. Researchers are making progress in discovering more about how electrical brain waves play a role in the effectiveness of hypnosis. The flaws of memory. Your memories are not as accurate as you think. Our brain is not infallible when it comes to sight or memories. Memory is not just storing data, but it involves construction, imagination, and 3 stages. The first stage is the encoding stage, where the brain takes in smells, sights, and sounds and stores them in our short-term memory. The second is the consolidation stage, where our mind puts everything important into long-term memory, and at last, there's the retrieval stage, where the brain puts the memory together every time, making it more frayed and faded. False memories are prevalent and basically an error in one of the stages. A classic study shows that people misremember important events, including the morning of NASA's Space Shuttle Challenger explosion. The study noted how memories changed significantly when participants were asked about the event 3 years later. Memorable things like seeing a house on fire are likely to go into long-term memory, but most people struggle to remember what shirt they wore last week. The phenomenon of false memories shows just how vulnerable our memories are to suggestion. The power of suggestibility in everyday life. The packaging and labeling of products affect our perception of taste and experience, leading to our brains tricking our stomachs based on the expectations we have. This phenomenon, known as suggestibility, affects many areas of our lives, including addiction and dieting. In a study, participants who thought they were drinking a diet milkshake produced more of the hormone responsible for feeling hungry than those who thought they were consuming a higher calorie milkshake, despite both choices having the same amount of calories. The power of expectation and its influence on physiological processes is crucial in understanding addiction and how we make choices every day. Harnessing the power of expectation. Expectation has the power to improve our lives, and understanding ourselves and our suggestibility can help us harness this power. However, it is important to be cautious and not put ourselves in danger by blindly following unproven alternative therapies. Expectation is a powerful force that has been harnessed by humans for centuries, from shamanic rituals to faith healings. This power can be used to improve our lives, but it all depends on the power of storytelling. To experiment with how our expectations can change our lives, we first need to understand ourselves. We must ask what kind of stories captivate us, what inspires us, and in what circumstances we thrive. This knowledge will help us find approaches that work for us. Another important aspect to consider is our own suggestibility. Paying attention to what works for us, such as fizzy drinks or hypnosis, can help us better understand how susceptible we are to placebos. However, it's crucial to follow important guidelines when it comes to experimenting with alternative therapies. We should never put ourselves in danger by blindly following unproven substances or abandoning traditional medicine. It is also essential to be careful financially and avoid spending large amounts of money on unproven treatments. In summary, to harness the power of expectation, we need to know ourselves and understand our suggestibility. We must be cautious and not put ourselves in harm's way by blindly following unproven therapies. Expectation has the power to improve our lives, and by embracing it responsibly, we can lead healthier, happier lives.
In conclusion, Erik Vance's Suggestible You sheds light on the remarkable power of human suggestibility and its impact on the body and mind. From the compelling stories of placebo effects to the science behind brain chemistry and the placebo-enhancing mechanisms, the book reveals the astonishing capabilities of our brains. It also delves into topics like false memories, hypnosis, and the role of suggestibility in everyday choices. By understanding and harnessing the power of expectation and storytelling, we can unleash the true potential of our astonishing brains to enhance our lives in unimaginable ways.